In December 2022, the Board of County Commissioners of Spokane County adopted a resolution to add Measure Number 1 to the November 7, 2023 general election ballot. Let's talk about how Spokane County intends to use its revenue from Measure Number 1 to address criminal justice, public safety, and behavioral health needs resulting in part from population growth in the region. Measure Number 1 is a law and justice proposal for Spokane County. It would add a new 0.2% sales and use tax on purchases beginning April 1, 2024 and running through December 31, 2054. For every $10 spent by residents, visitors, and tourists in Spokane County, an additional 2 cents will be collected. 60% of the collected revenue will be allocated to Spokane County government, and 40% of the collected revenue will be allocated based on population to its cities and towns. Cities and towns can use their share of Measure Number 1 funds to meet local criminal justice, public safety, and behavioral health needs. Why Measure Number 1? Population in Spokane County has been growing rapidly in recent years. As a community grows, so does its needs for criminal justice, public safety, and behavioral health investments, just like growing populations means a need for more schools, libraries, parks, hospitals, and other public infrastructure. That is true in Spokane County today, where our criminal justice system is facing an overcrowded correctional facility and congested courts. Mental health needs and addiction rates are increasing. Crime rates are also going up. The need for resources to address these community needs is what led to the initiation of Measure Number 1. Let's take these issues one by one. First, let's talk about criminal justice needs in our community. Due to overcrowding and outdated correctional facilities, today nearly 14% of low-level offenders are being booked and immediately released from the Spokane County Jail as a capacity management tool approved by the district and municipal courts. Law enforcement officers oftentimes wait in long booking queues. So how would Spokane County spend its Measure Number 1 revenues on improvements? To begin with, Spokane County can allocate Measure Number 1 revenues to improve criminal justice facilities and programs at all phases, from inmate booking and detention to release and community reentry. To reduce overcrowding and allow expanded programming, approximately $300 million would be used for constructing new facilities. Spokane County would consolidate inmates from different facilities in a new housing facility and a new community correction center on a central campus. That campus would be known as the Law and Justice Center of Spokane County. Measure Number 1, though, is about more than just new criminal justice facilities. It's about inmate programs like breaking barriers and helping justice-involved individuals successfully re-enter the community. Expanded programming in new classroom spaces for individuals in custody would include drug and alcohol treatment, job and communication skills, anger management, and GED classes. Using revenues provided by Measure Number 1, Spokane County also proposes to make investments in criminal justice system improvements, from courtrooms and judges to prosecutors and public defenders. Plus, Measure Number 1 can fund investments in domestic violence programs and therapeutic or problem-solving courts, like mental health court or veterans court, that allow inmates to obtain treatment and services to address needs that may have contributed to the conduct leading to their arrest in the first place. Furthermore, Measure Number 1 can fund criminal justice reform recommendations from advisory groups like the Spokane Regional Law and Justice Council, made up of subject matter experts and community representatives. That can include smart justice programs aimed at reducing the number of people in custody, such as at-home electronic monitoring, jail diversion approaches, and alternative sentencing options. Moving on to public safety, Measure Number 1 revenues can be used by Spokane County, towns, and cities to pay for public safety initiatives, such as hiring more law enforcement officers and providing enhanced training. Measure Number 1 can also expand co-deployed behavioral health teams that work with first responders to help provide safe resolutions for people in crisis. These teams help ensure better outcomes for those in crisis, diverting them from being arrested and instead directing them to therapy or services. On behavioral health, Measure Number 1 can fund programs like expanding and enhancing Spokane County's Crisis Stabilization Center, a facility that provides short-term care and intervention for people who are experiencing a behavioral health crisis in lieu of incarceration. This center helps people in crisis. Still have questions? Spokane County officials are attending community meetings leading up to the November 7th, 2023 general election on Measure Number 1 to educate the public about Measure Number 1. For more information, please also visit our website.